I heard people with that hepatitis shit have to prevent the virus from spreading, so they cut their meats off.
They cut what?
Their meats, bro. No more business for life.
Personally, I'm lucky enough to have been blessed with good health. I hardly ever fall sick, and I don't have any underlying health conditions, aside my asthma, which is really mild these days. Then, early last year, I started to get this sharp pain in the side of my stomach. It didn't really hurt, and it came and went, so I didn't take it as anything serious. I was at work one day, just doing my work, minding my business, and then this pain comes back, and as usual, it wasn't a life-threatening pain. So I decided to deal with this stomach ache the same way I deal with most of the problems in my life. Ignore it till it goes away. I got off work at 6 p.m., but I didn't live too far away, so I'd often stay longer to use the office Wi-Fi. So it's almost 7:30, and at this point, I'd already gotten used to the pain in my belly. It was still there, but not enough that it bothered me. I needed to pee, so I went into the bathroom and I started doing my business. The pain intensifies, and my lower abdomen really starts to hurt. And then I noticed that my urine was really dark, which was weird to me. The pain stopped when I was done peeing, and then I thought to myself, I should probably do something about this. So I did what I normally do with all my life problems. Take it for granted till it blows up in my face. And it did. Not 5 minutes after I got out of the bathroom, the pain comes back, 10 times as strong. This time, just the movement of my lungs while breathing hurt like hell. It was past my closing time, so I decided to go straight home, and it only got worse on the way. I finally got home, barely, and by now, I could hardly even move because of the pain. I now had a fever, my eyes hurt, and I felt like my internal organs were tying themselves up in knots. I just laid on the carpet thinking about what the hell was going on with me, and then I did something that everyone with a brain knows never to do. I Googled my symptoms. And if nobody has ever told you before, you should never, ever Google your symptoms. Google will literally make you think a sore throat is like Ebola or something. And sure enough, I got a diagnosis. But what made my situation much worse was the fact that this diagnosis, it kind of made sense. Because according to Google, your boy had hepatitis B. And why I say it made sense was because around this time, I was seeing this girl Lisa. She's not a new face on this channel. She was the girl in my I Almost Became a Father video. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's a great video, if I do say so myself. Anyways, Lisa and I had been doing business for nearly a year at that point. But I wasn't the only guy she was doing business with. Lisa was not a one-man kind of girl. So she had a couple of other business partners, and I may or may not have done business with her more than a few times without a dream catcher. And it made even more sense because one of the guys I know she used to see lived really close to me, and I always thought that nigga looked sick, man. Bruh. I wasn't ever one to body shame, but at that point, my mind was frantically searching for answers, and all my thoughts pointed to him. I'd asked Lisa about him before, and all she told me was that he was hung like a horse down there, which was way too much information. But then I started to feel like it was possible that she had given me whatever illness this nigga had, and now I probably had hepatitis. I was scared shitless, and so I immediately called a friend who stayed the closest to me.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Dude, I need your help, bro. I think I might have hepatitis B.
Nigga, what?
It's a long story, but I googled my symptoms and literally everything says I have hepatitis B.
Shit. Okay, hold on. You been doing unprotected business lately?
I don't know. I haven't really been using dream catchers lately.
And you been with someone recently?
Yeah, I was with Lisa last week.
Oh shit. Well, you definitely have hepatitis.
What?
Ain't she been letting that nigga that look like a Bitmoji smash? I always knew that nigga had something like HIV-12 or something, man. He ain't even healthier looking than a mannequin. Shit, this is bad.
And then he said,
I heard people with that hepatitis shit have to prevent the virus from spreading, so they cut their meats off.
They cut what?
Their meats, bro. No more business for life.
And now, I'm in full-on panic mode. The last thing I wanted was to have my meat chopped off.
Hey, don't be scared, man. We don't even know it's hepatitis yet. We can still run the test.
I literally cannot move. Please come over and help me get to a hospital.
Isn't your dad a doctor? Just call him, dude.
You want me to call my dad and tell him that I probably have hepatitis?
I'm on my way.
He comes over and we go to the hospital. They take my blood and urine to run all the necessary tests, give me an injection to stop the pain, and while we're waiting for the results, I'm just in the seat, literally frozen. Something like this was literally life-altering. In times like that, you really start to think about life from a different perspective. This thing would completely change my life and would obviously be a problem for me and whoever my partner in future was. I thought about my parents and how they'd feel knowing about it. It wasn't necessarily a death sentence, but a lot about my life would change, and I wasn't exactly ready for something that big or drastic. And then I thought about how using a dream catcher would have probably saved me from all of this. And the fact that Lisa had multiple business partners, I knew this, and I was still seeing her. I let my hormones and horniness get ahead of me and let her infect me. It really put a lot of things into perspective for me, and I almost broke down in that hospital chair. I decided that, protected or not, I wouldn't do business with anyone else again. Just then, the nurse called me up to the counter and handed me the test results. I knew that whatever was inside this little piece of paper would change my life forever. I haven't really told anyone about this before, probably because I don't want anyone judging me or looking at me differently. I've been okay, and I've been living with what happened since then. Because all the tests were flipping negative, bruh. Your boy was clean as a whistle. According to the doctor, my liver wasn't getting enough water, which was weird. Because I drink way too much water for it to be normal, but who cares? He gave me a bunch of drugs, I'm clean, STD free, and my meat's not getting cut off. Massive W. Stayed away from women a while after then, but as a guy, hormones are never too far away. And when they came back, I dealt with it the same way I deal with all of my life problems.